の？
なことよりいろいろ言いたいことがある。独り言はやめましょうとか、考え事をしながら歩くのはやめましょうとか、足元に注意しましょうとか。でもまずはペタペタうるさいそのスリッパを脱ごうか。
Background character jutsu. 10-minute death. Heartbreak. Sid is a fool. Yo, what an effing episode, y'all. Every single time showing up, showing out, our boy Sid is a fool. I love this dude more than anybody. The dream, the young man's dream of having your school attacked by terrorists. Oh my effing gosh. Oh man. The young boy's dream of having your school attacked by terrorists. This man's a fool. Oh my gosh. And on top of everything else, right? We pick up where we left off last week. Him, slow Matrix running, Neo running into go and save Princess Alexia, I think. Alexia, maybe? I don't remember what her name is. Princess Alexia, whatever. I'm gonna call her that. If it's wrong, let me know in the comments. But he runs in and he hits us with the line. He says, "Nailed it. Now I'm dead." And this girl is monologuing of, "Oh, poor Sid. I never knew you had such feelings. The passion back then. I didn't realize it. It must be that you were deeply in love with me to give yourself to me for me." I'm like, okay, he's going to come out of this. He's going to be like, "Oh, I don't know. I must have just I came back to, I must have just not hit my arteries or hit my, whatever." Now he's going to have to deal with Princess, the other princess, right? Is it Princess Iris or whatever her name is? Alexis? I don't know. They're all Alexis. He's going to have to go deal with the other princess who is an asshole, but she's in love with him, right? Probably subconsciously, but she has feelings. He's now going to have to deal with this new princess. Okay, so that's two princesses. He's going to have to deal with this new princess. And then now we have Sherry, which is a third, who's madly in love with him as well. Who's like, I don't know, the smartest person in the kingdom next to like the king's advisor, whatever the hell her dad is. Like, yo, you're collecting like the most main character girls in the whole thing, right? And I love how the whole entire episode, our boy Sid is narrating the whole thing. He's like, "Oh, and there she goes, the main character, running without a care in the world with her pink slippers, making tons of noise." And then he finally catches up to Sherry later on. He scolds her. He's like, "You're being noisy. You're breathing too hard. You're talking to yourself. You got those effing pink slippers. Take them off. They're noisy." So I like how he saves her over and over. And he saves Sherry the whole entire time. I know I've bounced around a little bit. Sorry. But he saves Sherry the whole entire time, from like, I don't know, 15 attackers because she's noisy AF. And this girl has the audacity to trip and fall on the stairs. And he has to help her. He has to go catch her. He has to catch her again. Then she figures out the whole entire stuff to, okay, here's the mechanism. Here's this very old style, artifact that I figured it out. We're going to go stop them. She's like, "But I forgot my tools." And Sid's like, "Don't worry. I'll go get him." She's like, "What?" He's like, "I got to poop. I got to go to the bathroom anyways. I'll go get him for you." Man, it's just so good. And then he meets, he comes at the right time. We find out that New is betrothed to the guardsman guy, the blue-haired guardsman guy. And she was about to off him for whatever reason, but she was about to kill this dude. And Sid gets there, not to stop her. He gets there because he just happens to run into her at that time. And he's like, "Yo, what you doing there? What you doing? What you about to do?" And then she tells him, he's like, "Oh." He's like, "Well, you don't really have a reason to, but..." And he just kind of stops talking. And we see New at the end, she walks away. She's like, you have lived another day, bastard." It's like, yo, if you're that mad, just kill the dude. You know what I mean? Like, you about to do it, just do it, go all the way. The rest of the episode, I know I kind of... this dude's name was Marco Granger. I did my did mark it down. The rest of the episode was freaking fantastic. As Sid was running around, he got that Rex guy got sent by the leader, and I haven't thought about that too. He got sent by the leader, and I love how Sid just embarrassed the shit out of this guy. He even put together like this big old net or whatever. He was monologuing about how you can't get in his net, and if you do, he'll sense you. And the whole time, Sid's behind him, letting this dude monologue. He comes and he just goes, bah! And this dude, oh my god, it's so good. It's so good. Sid mentions how he was able to notch this off of his bucket list. He snipes people from the rooftop. Then this man, as he's about to finish off Rex, he pushes him into a classroom where Sid has gathered all of these dead dude body, and he has set them up in each of the kids' chairs in class. So these bodies they're dead, and Rex is like in a nightmare before he also dies. Like, oh my gosh, the commitment to the show, this masterful Oscar-winning, like, oh my gosh, Sid is just so good. Wow. Okay, so let's get back to the leader of this fake Shadow Guard. And obviously, because Rex gave it away, they don't think they're Shadow Guard, and they're pretending to be them. It seems like the reason this specific group now is pretending to be them is because of their leader. Their leader has gotten some kind of weird magic. Their leader is, I'm assuming, the guy that Sid nuked a couple episodes ago. The knight, I think it was blonde, the knight guy, the top knight guy that Sid just completely effing destroyed. He nuked him. I'm assuming that he lives somehow, I don't know, and this guy leading this whole entire endeavor is this guy. I'm sure we've gone through time skips, in some way, some fashion. So I'm assuming that the guy that he nuked is this guy. That's the only thing I can really imagine, because he has a vendetta against this Shadow Garden, and there's very limited people who know about the Shadow Garden at this point in time. So that's my guess, and that's just because he said he wanted to return to the Knights of the Rounds or whatever, or he wanted to be a leader. I don't know if destroying the whole empire is how you do that, but regardless, this is this guy's vendetta. So I'm assuming it's this guy. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. No big deal. That's not the point of the show, really. But overall, this freaking Sid guy is absolutely incredible. I love how he saved Sherry. I love how he saved the princess. I love how he basically literally killed himself. And then restarted his heart. He did a high-risk, high-return move, as he calls it, all for the show. Freaking just amazing. I love this show so much. It's so good. 10 out of 10 episode. I was dying of laughter this episode, and it was just so good. So let me know what you guys thought about this episode down in the comments below. As always, let me know your thoughts. Would appreciate it. And here's to another week, tipping the hat of Eminence in Shadow. See you next week, friends. Peace.